Oh shit, what's this? We got a guest caller? I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. Hello? Who's there?
Commander Cody, the time has come. Execute Order 69.
Fuck, Will, are you there? Did you hear this guy's caller? We just had fucking We just had gay Palpatine on the podcast live, on this totally live podcast. Will, my friend, did you hear gay Palpatine?
No, I was taking a shit.
Fuck, Will, you missed it. You gotta go back and fucking hear the podcast on Spotify. You missed fucking gay Palpatine here live on Hell and Hightails, the edgiest and gayest podcast, just slowly, anally fisting our way into your fleshy hearts. I am Flashy JW. Fuck.
Beautiful, professional.
Hey, I've been saying that shit for how many fucking episodes? Like 20, and it took this long to fuck it up? Flashy J.W. Evans from the heavens, and I am joined by my delightful compatriot, Will.
Hello.
Will.
Yes.
Okay, dude.
Hello?
Let's say a bunch of fucking aliens land here, okay? Another alien question.
Oh, God.
Okay. A bunch of fucking aliens are here. But instead of fucking them, they just want you to, like, show them a sweet film. And this is your chance, Will. The entire first impression that this alien race is going to have on humanity itself is going to be determined by what movie you show these aliens. Will, what movie are you picking to give aliens their first impression of humanity?
I pick Alien.
You're picking a movie about fucking aliens fucking raping people and humans trying to escape/murder them. Are you trying to get us killed or raped?
Yes.
Shit. Will, you weren't supposed to fuck the alien this time. God damn it. You fucker.
I'm more interested in the killing part. The raping is just a bonus.
God damn. Oh, fuck.
With any luck, it'll give them some ideas.
I'm gonna show...
I'm just saying, them face huggers be kind of thick, though.
Of course you want to fuck a face hugger. Of course you do.
I'm kidding.
The funny thing is, if you weren't kidding, I wouldn't have even fucking questioned at this point. I'd be like, alright, right? Whatever,
yeah, that's
fuck.
fair.
Well, whatever.
You know... Oh, God, I got the hiccups. What a great start.
At this, I wouldn't even fucking be like, what? Excuse me? I'd just be like, alright, it's fucking Will. Whatever. That's not, like, too out of the ordinary for what I expect to really be weirded out here.
Let's be real, I've said weirder things.
Yeah.
I've done weirder things.
I can
You've seen me do weirder things.
Yeah, that is true. I've been with you and contributed to you doing weirder things. But,
some of them you peer pressured me into doing.
But that is I don't even know what you're referring to, but you're probably right.
Neither do I. I'm just going off assumptions at this point.
Yeah, I mean... The funny thing is, neither of us know what you mean, but you're probably right.
We're both, yeah, it's like,
you're probably
right.
Neither of us can remember
any
me peer
this.
pressuring you into weirder things, but it probably
we both
fucking
totally
happened.
believe it.
Can we count this podcast as a weirder thing that I've pressured you into?
I mean, depends on the episode.
True. Okay, Will, what's your favorite episode of ALF?
Yes.
Will, what is your favorite?
God damn it, are you still obsessed with Alf? It's been 3 years, JW!
Will, I have been obsessed with Alf longer than I've fucking known you. It's been longer than 3 years, bitch.
I've actually never seen an episode of Alf.
Well, I'm gonna describe every single solitary episode of Alf that has ever happened. Alright. You have a short, furry alien dude Entire race murdered in a giant explosion. Lands on Earth with a generic sitcom family. Generic white sitcom family.
Wait, like that's the actual story. He actually is an alien that actually had his entire race just fucking
Yeah,
dead.
yes, but that's
Gone.
entirely swept under the rug, though.
No one
Instead-
ever. It's mentioned in like the first episode. No one ever talks about it again.
Actually, he does bring it up another time when he's giving someone dating advice. I'll get to that.
How does that just come up in dating advice?
Okay, because here's the thing, right? They get this wild concept about an alien, like, crash landing on Earth, but the only single solitary thing that the writers are interested in is having a very normal, straightforward sitcom episode. With a generic normal white family, and Alf is just their wacky roommate that doesn't contribute.
Okay.
The fact that he is an alien is mostly irrelevant, okay? Essentially every episode is, some generic first world problem happens. Oh, Alf has some sort of wacky solution that's gonna make things worse. Oh, Alf doesn't understand human things, so he made things worse, and now he has to try to fix it. Ho-ho. That's every single episode of Alf. Hijinks ensue. There's one episode, this episode is like the quintessential episode of Alf, because this episode gives you an idea of what every other episode of Alf is. This is the most straightforward, normal episode of Alf. You have Gordon Shumway, also known as Alf. He's sitting there.
Shumway.
Yeah, his real name is Gordon
What
Shumway.
a fucking beautiful name.
I know.
That is such a, like, just a classy name.
It is, Gordon Shumway. But, Gordon Shumway, he's sitting there, right? The fucking teenage daughter of the family is mad because she wants to go out with this boy, but she doesn't want this boy to know that she likes him because she doesn't know if he likes her. Alf doesn't understand that wacky human nonsense, so he just calls the boy and sets him up on a date. And she's mad about it because when he called the boy, instead of setting up a date with the boy she wanted to go out with, he set up a date with his brother, who had a very similar name, and she's mad at Alf for it. But then that guy gets sick, and instead the actual person she wanted to go out with shows up instead, and then they go out on a date. But then Alf is like, she's gonna mess up this date because she can't open up about her feelings. So he sneaks in the car. But now there's a dilemma because now she has to make sure the boyfriend doesn't notice Alf in the car because he's a fucking alien. And the whole time Alf is trying to, like, help the date go along while also ruining it by, like, eating things in the car and burping loudly. You'll notice every time Alf messes something up, it's nothing that he has to be an alien for. He could just be an idiot. Essentially, Alf being an alien is usually not important. And eventually, he gives her advice. He pulls her aside. He's like, I put off asking out a person I had a crush on too. You know what happened? Finally went out with her. He finally went out with her, and then she's like, sweet, what happened next after you asked her out? He's like, well, the next day my planet exploded. So you better make this work quick before your planet blows up. So then the date goes well and Alf gets home. It's just a really generic sitcom. He likes to eat cats, so there's like a slapstick of where you'll see people will be like, man, where's Lucky? And then they'll look over and see Alf with the cat in like the middle of a baguette, and they're like, Alf, don't eat the cat. And he's like, but I got hungry after I ate all the other things in the fridge. And they're like, Alf, don't eat all our food. And then a laugh track plays. That's the fucking show. Literally everything. Oh, also he plays the saxophone. That's the fucking show.
He plays. Is he like really good, or is he?
Yeah, he's fucking phenomenal.
Bad?
Fucking phenomenal. Greatest saxophone player ever is fucking Gordon Shumway. I don't know why.
And how long has he been on Earth?
Not long, like literally since the first episode. I guess they had saxophones on Nelmac, his planet.
Oh, okay. They just happen.
They just have saxophones.
All right, seems legit. Who am I to question the
I mean,
similarities between
they
the
also had
alien race?
cats, so they
But they
also
ate them.
yeah. Except they looked at them and they're like, oh man, that looks pretty tasty. So they also had a spin-off cartoon that was pretty fucking generic cartoon. Also, the funny thing is, generic sitcom, right? However, it was way more expensive and way more time consuming than any other sitcom airing, because a normal sitcom took maybe a day to film. Alf would take a literal week to film an episode, because they constantly had to have elaborate sets because they had an Alf puppet for Alf, but then they also had a little person in a suit for Alf. So depending on the scene, they would have the little person in the suit, or they would have a puppet, or they would have an animatronic. So they had to have an elaborate set, one with a hole cut in for the puppet to stick out, and so they had to constantly move camera equipment around and organize things, and people would always be tripping over shit. So it would take forever to film every
a lot
episode.
of work.
Yeah, by the end of the show, by the time it was canceled, it was said that every single actor involved in the show was ecstatic to not have to be a part of it anymore. By the way, it ended with the FBI kidnapping Alf and locking him in alien jail.
And that's the end of the show entirely.
And, they were supposed to have a TV special, but every single human actor said, no, we're not coming back for Alf ever again.
So it was either end the show there or do it with an entirely new cast.
They did it with an entirely new cast, where they had this awkward special with none of the human characters about Alf escaping alien jail that I watched on YouTube because they don't air that on TV.
Isn't Alf on Netflix?
I don't know. I hope it is. I fucking love Alf.
I'm gonna go check real quick while we're talking.
Fun fact, I own a vintage Alf messenger bag from when the show was new.
Oh no.
A vintage, original Alf messenger bag, Will.
Oh no.
Do you know how hard shit like that is to acquire? This show is from 1986, Will. My bag is from 1987. This bag is older than me.
Why?
Will? Because you're friends with a fucking psycho. Oh, fuck. Alright,
okay,
Will.
Alf is not on Netflix.
Well,
that being said, I swear I remember seeing it somewhere like Netflix.
It was probably on Netflix and they just got rid of it because no one fucking watches Alf except me.
Probably.
Actually, one fucking time, I saw this dude. He was wearing a fucking tank top, right? This guy had a huge all over his fucking bicep. Slightly towards the back, had a giant, realistic, detailed portrait of Alf on his arm.
Oh my god, why?
I don't fucking know. No, I asked him about it. I'm like, hey, I dig the Alf tattoo, because of course I fucking said it. Probably the first one to ever tell him that in his life. Dude's probably had that tattoo for a decade. I'm the only one who actually liked it. And get the fucking dude, instead of being like, thanks, man, the dude turned into a fucking, he turned into a fucking, hardcore Alf nerd about it, and instead of being cool and being like, man, thanks, finally someone else appreciates Alf, he's like, did you know, fucking Alf, had this many seasons, and, actually this one special about the fucking time he went to did you know about when he fucking went to alien jail and they didn't have any of the original cast, and he kept going on and on. I'm like, yeah, I do know that. Why are you talking down to me like I don't know about Alf? And out of all things to be an elitist bastard about, why is it fucking Alf? Goddamn, I thought I met a cool dude who had a fucking appreciation for Alf like I do, but this fucker was an elitist about something like Alf.
What an obscure topic to have such a fucking, knowledge boner for.
I mean, I have a knowledge boner for Alf, but I'm fucking weird and I'm not an elitist bastard about it. Because I know,
I bet
hey,
you.
that's a stupid thing to know a lot about. I'm gonna learn more about it because of that reason. It's part of a joke. Like, I like to know more about Alf because it's, like, funny, like a bit, right? But this guy just fucking thinks he's fucking hot shit for it. Thinks he's gonna get fucking laid for his Alf knowledge.
I bet, like, every time he fucking is, like, at some social gathering, he finds a way to bring up his Alf tattoo.
Oh my god, I hope so. I fucking hope so. I hope I run into that fucker again. One of these days I'm going to. There's not a lot of guys with Alf tattoos. If I ever see one again, it's gonna be him. Alright, dude.
What?
Alright. Are you down to legalize recreational heroin?
Why heroin?
Yes or no, Will? Are you going to deny the people their right to recreational heroin abuse?
I mean, heroin is a very horrible fucking drug, but I guess if you want to fucking do it, then go ahead.
Alright. What about legalized recreational crack?
I don't know. Most fucking... I don't think people should do them because there's a lot of drugs like that are just fucking legitimately horrible for you. But I mean, at the same time, I feel like I should.
Will, what about recreational PSP? Can I play my PlayStation Portable legally, Will?
You can already play that portable.
Will, what about recreational PCP?
Wait a minute. Isn't that the one that, like, makes you go crazy?
Yeah, dude ate someone's fucking face on PCP once in the news.
Yeah, maybe that one shouldn't be legal.
I don't know. Well, come on. I mean, eating someone's face is already illegal, right? So, like, you know, him doing PCP. I'm not talking about him eating the face. Eating the face was already illegal, Will. That was a separate crime he just did while under PCP.
Yeah, maybe if you're taking something that causes that to happen, don't take that thing anymore.
I mean,
for reasons that probably shouldn't have to be explained. But
all right.
But what about recreational LGBT?
What about recreational BLT?
What about BDSM?
I mean, nah, fucking ban that shit.
Hey! Don't kink shame me!
I'm kidding. BDSM is fine. Alright, so are you taking the stance, Will, to legalize all drugs? Is that your political statement you are making here, live on the podcast, Will?
Didn't Ireland do that at some point by accident?
I don't fucking know. Yes or no, bitch? Legalize all the drugs!
I plead the fifth.
I'm gonna just say right now, I 100% feel that if you want to do something to your body, that is your decision. However, if you do something fucking stupid to your body, I don't think it should be the government's job to, legally arrest you or fine you for doing something stupid to your body. I think they should call you out on it. I think they should call you a fucking dumbass. And I think legally, any sort of thing like that should be labeled appropriately so you know, hey, if you fucking take this, you're a fucking idiot and it's gonna ruin your life. You should put that label on the side, maybe. The you're a fucking idiot and about to ruin your life label on the side. But, if you're fucking don't care, it's not my fucking job to tell you not to ruin your own life. It's your fucking life. If you want to waste your life fucking doing blow in a dish while jacking yourself off till you fucking die of dehydration, it's your fucking, life to do it with.
It's my life. It's now or never.
I'm not gonna live for... fucking 100%. if you're gonna be a fucking idiot, it's your fucking life to be an idiot with, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, obviously. Now, if you fucking get strung up on drugs and go over and fucking mess with other people's shit, then yeah, fucking get arrested for messing with other people's shit, you know. I guess let's say if it's a drug where if you take it, like, let's say, like, if it's an exploding drug, right, that makes you explode and kill everyone in a 20-mile radius, then in that circumstance, then you're not just hurting yourself, right? Then you're obviously hurting everybody in the vicinity. So at that point, I can tell you, yeah, you can't fucking do that shit, because then you're taking the choices of others into your own hands. That being said, definitely should be fucking well out there how horrible any product is. Very clearly how dangerous any product is, regardless of what it is, I feel. That way people can...
safe.
Because, you know, if people... Because then, you're right, you can make the argument that if people don't properly know how dangerous something is for themselves, they can make the argument that really did they really make the choice to hurt themselves if they weren't fully aware of the consequences? So, you know, I think...
That's fair.
I think people should be able to, you know, do whatever they want as long as they're not hurting other people, but any sort of transaction of any description needs to be 100% transparent of every fucking possible side effect and every fucking negative effect on anything, you know?
Exactly.
Fucking some crazy libertarian mumbo-jumbo for this episode of the podcast. Alright.
What a libtard!
It's fucking funny, right? Because, like, I get fucking shit from people of every single political leaning for my fucking views on shit. Like, it's... The funniest thing, right, is utility-wise, the issues I care about most, I'm, like, still going to, like... vote, like, usually for left candidates anyway, but, you know, I still get fucking shit from the left because I'll just say shit like, you know, the shit I just said. But, Will.
Look,
got
here's the way
question.
I look at it.
Alright,
just
Will,
kill everyone.
reason.
Just fuck humans in general.
I mean... Is that why you wanted to show the aliens, the film Alien?
No, it's totally unrelated.
God damn it. Because that would have been an efficient way to do it.
Maybe. Perhaps.
But, alright, Will.
See.
Alright. You're watching a show. This is relevant because, you know, we both like to watch anime. So there's certain things in anime that will be relevant to this question. How much of a fetish you find gross can you take in, let's say, a TV show or really any sort of media before you're like, you know what, bro? There's a little too much of this, I'm out. Like, let's say, like, you know, like an anime, right? Like, there's a lot of fucking really good anime out there that has, like, some straight-up fucking lolly fetish shit. You know. I don't like lolly fetish shit. You, I know, don't like lolicon fetish shit. My fiance doesn't like lolly fetish shit. But there's a lot of really top tier anime.
Does or does not?
What?
You say she does or does not?
She doesn't.
Okay. The internet, like, slightly lagged for a second. I thought I heard you say does for a second. I was like, what? Like, excuse me?
So... You know, how much of, like, fetish shit you personally dislike can you take in a show? A good quality show before you're like... Or good quality porn also as, like, a follow-up question. Before you're like, you know what, I'm out. This is too weird for me. I'm done. Got too much of that shit. Fuck you.
Well, it depends on what it is. Like,
Well, answer, like, for, like, lolly shit
in TV first. Shows.
Because that's, like, the most common
like
one.
Lolly in anime, it's, like, in small portions. Just if it's not, like, a main fucking point of it, like, if it's just, like, a little offhand thing, like, oh, this guy is attracted to this girl who looks much younger than she is, but it's just, like, that's not a main focus point. then I'm fine with it. I can like tolerate it. But if it starts getting to a point where it's like focused on it, where it's starting to come off as, oh yeah, the message of the show is go fuck little girls. It's like, yeah, no, stop, Japan, please.
All right,
No.
what about? Okay. Let's say you're watching a show. Let's say this is like the best show you've ever seen, right? But all of a sudden, like, let's say you're like, at least so far, right? You're not like done with the show. You're like, let's say you get to like episode, let's say 11 of a 24 episode show. So far, it's like some of the best shows I've ever seen. But all of a sudden, this episode, 10-minute scat porn scene right in the middle of a fucking episode out of nowhere with no warning. Did you just drop the show forever, or do you go to the next episode? Do you like skip through it and then see if the next episode's clean?
I would skip through it. I would be like very fucking confused, and I would just skip through it and see what happens next. If it fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fuck that show.
Okay.
Done.
So if you skip to the
Gone.
next episode and they have another full blown scat porn scene, then you'd be like, okay, you know what?
Nope.
Maybe I'm not watching the show anymore.
Fuck that. Maybe the show could just go eat a dick.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not in this. That happens to me in like when I'm like reading like hentai manga a lot, where it's like, things are going well, things go well. Oh, nope. Skipping pages. Please stop. Are you done yet? Nope, I'm out. You just get
Woo
that
maneuver.
Like, you get Wooloo maneuver. You get like that fight or flight response. You're like, oh god, no, nope. Hope
Oh
no
god, oh Jesus.
The worst part is, right, is I'm sitting there and I'm like, what if somebody looks at my internet history, right, and sees that I was reading this, and I have to explain, like, okay, I
can
went
explain.
on to here to read weird stuff. However, this specific weird stuff was not the stuff I wanted, and I was equally as upset as you are about it. Because they're not going to fucking believe me.
Was not looking for this particular brand of fuckery, okay?
Yeah. I have a
That
pretty...
is why you use incognito tabs.
I have a pretty...
Then the only person that sees your search history is your FBI agent.
I don't want to explain it to my FBI agent either. But, I have a pretty high tolerance for a lot of... In anime, I have a pretty high tolerance, right? Because, like, I watch so much fucking anime. At this point, it's like... Oh, well... Didn't need this scene, but, you know... because it's like, if you watch the sheer obnoxious amount of anime I do, at that point you've seen, like... Because... anime is weird, right? But most anime is all weird in similar ways. So things like Lolicon specifically, it's like, okay, not a fan of it, but I've fucking seen it 3 trillion times, so I can ignore it as long, If the show's really good, I could ignore it, it's like, well, whatever. Like, Bake Monogatari, right, Bake Monogatari has a lot of lolly jokes. But at no point is it like, well, guess I'm not watching Bake Monogatari anymore. In fact, I mean, thankfully I didn't, because I own every book in the series.
Yeah.
Bake is a little different, though. Baby Bake is a bad example. Because the Monogatari series is meant to be like... The Monogatari series is sort of a parody and, like, self-reflection on, like, the kind of toxic elements of otaku culture, right? So if they didn't have lolly shit in there, it wouldn't really be the kind of thing they're trying to set up in the show, right? Like, it's supposed to... Like, Araragi is, like... And, it is meant to be, in every fashion, like... This is taking a fucking microscope to the really toxic fucking side of the otaku fandom, and it is making, like, a funny, like, shit post out of it. And it's, and from that point, they kind of springboard off of that idea as a way to, like, have the most ridiculous conversations physically possible to write. Essentially. So that's a weird example. But that, and also every time it has lolly shit in there, it's like really funny, right? And they don't ever present it as like a good thing. They don't really present anything Uraragi does as a good thing most of the time. Even with him helping people, they're like, yeah, you help people too much. Fuck you. But yeah, Scat, that's a, yeah, I'm probably jumping out of this shit.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. Like, it's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Pissing shit is really pissing shit. I am pissing out shit.
Yeah. Water sports. Water sports is a bit more tolerable. That's not as disgusting, but even still, it's...
Yeah, still grossed out by water sports, but like I'll just fast forward through it.
It doesn't make me want to fucking puke.
I mean, like, it's funny, right? Because, you know, at first I was going to say, well, yeah, like, shit and piss. Immediate skip, you know, immediately not watching that shit. But then I remembered, I not only have watched the entirety of Kiss Sis, but I've also read the entirety of Kiss Sis, the manga, which is still ongoing. And it's a running joke in the manga and the anime that this one girl, every time this guy walks past her, she just fucking pisses herself for no reason. So
why?
Because the person, you know, I'm just guessing here because this is kind of smut more than anything else. I'm guessing the author really into water sports. It's my guess. He's also into armpits, which is weird. I don't like that he's into armpits. I don't like that he's into armpits either, so I guess skip that. I cringe a lot reading Kiss Sis, and to be perfectly honest, the only reason I still read Kiss Sis is because there was one fucking time in high school when I was bored out of my fucking mind and read the entirety of the manga. So the fact that I'm caught up, I just keep checking up on it and reading the new shit, because it's kind of like, it's like another, like, bit I can do. It's, like, funny that I know all this about Kiss Sis. And because every once in a while, they have something really fucking hilarious happen, and I'm like, God damn it, I'd be afraid I'd miss this. Also, technically it's a romance manga, and I want to see who he fucking ends up with. Before I have invested too much time into Kiss Sis to not see who this fucker chooses at the end of this manga. He actually did choose the teacher in Kiss Sis for a while. And was dating the teacher for a while, but then they broke up. And I was really sad about it. Imagine explaining to your fiancé of 3 years why you are emotionally offended by a smut manga. Not even a good smut manga, like a trashy smut manga that's not even like good smut. This isn't even good at being smut. Why? What happened?
I don't know.